some of the other gentlemen that will be speaking to you later, they source a lot of their products from our market as well. So, you know, it's a great place for building sort of business relationships as well as interpersonal and, you know, personal relationships. So it really has a sort of a foothold in the community support for local food here. The longevity of the market really speaks to sort of the value of local food in this community, and, you know, continues to grow as interest in locally sourced food continues to grow across the country and in Arbor as well. And, you know, it's an incredibly diverse market. It says a lot about sort of Michigan's agricultural history and also the diversity. Michigan is one of the most agriculturally diverse states in the country, second with a few other states just to California. So we're really seeing everything except tropical and citrus fruits and vegetables.
We're not a restaurant, but we make fermented vegetables. We're in a lot of stores and restaurants across Michigan and into Chicago now. The farmers market is like the home base for us. That I consider that our storefront. Did my first sales at that farmers market when I first started the business, and was right out of high school. Worked for a farm that sold at that farmers market. So I definitely feel like farmers market is like heart center of any town, especially for this town. I will always continue to have a presence there as we grow the fermentation empire and sell to stores all over. If you sign up for our workshop this afternoon, it'll be at our new facility. It's really exciting, and I've had the workshops at this facility every time, and I've always showed people this big empty warehouse and said, this is going to be an amazing food production facility one day. And so now there's actually paint on the walls, and we'll be moving in there in about a month and really expanding our production. So I'm a food manufacturer, but deeply tied to the local food and just trying to like commodify an ancient form of food preservation. This is how we all got to this place. Our ancestors figured out how to preserve food, and one of the main methods was fermentation.
I've been in Ann Arbor cooking since about 2009. I moved here from Chicago. My background is totally fine dining. I work for Grand Rapids. I work for Don Yamauchi, Takashi, John Ash, Roy Yamaguchi. And I came to this small town, and it's just like, it's not what it's about. And I love it. It's great. And now I'm a chef of a bar. So seeing the food scene here, I guess that's mostly what I can talk about. Is I think it's very old school. I think it's outdated, to be honest with you. I hated the food scene when I first moved here. But now we're seeing things like Vellum, us, the Brinery, which I'll consider part of it, Mani, Isalita, Lena, even Aventura, Sava, like these new places popping up in the last couple of years are changing the game, and it's very exciting. It's great to be a part of it. It's really good to work with people. I mean, it's a tight-knit community for sure. Yeah, and it all ties into the farmers market. I mean, all of us really realize how close of a community is food in general, so it's exciting.
I was always in the food business. My father's in restaurants and other food manufacturing as well, and so I knew the restaurant and food scene here in Ann Arbor quite well, actually. I had moved away for 6 years. I was working in restaurants all my life, and then I came back and I found that there were certain food systems that were in place that weren't before, and that was very exciting for me. I felt like I could do the restaurant that I wanted to do here far more easily than it was before. It was very fast, it was very quick, and it's turning even faster right now, which is very exciting for me. It's a very kind of fraternal community here, so I'm very happy to be a part of it.
So for me, farmers market shopping was always the norm. Then I moved to Europe. I lived downtown in Tübingen. I taught at the University of Tübingen, and I was a business consultant for 14 years. And I traveled all over Europe and Northern Africa, and that was the really fun thing, was going to the farmers markets, as well as the tea shops. And moved to Ann Arbor and was very pleasantly surprised that it is a little bit like Boulder without the mountains, but I love the food scene. And people ask me if I source locally. I mean, it's down the street. Like, yeah. My berries, however, I did not buy from the farmer's market. I took my kids to the nose for a U-pick, and those will probably last me through about March. I was talking to some of the other chefs last time. Now I get all my eggs, my milk, cream, delivered. Yeah, that's so awesome. Thank you. Tea I can't source locally. Obviously, we can't grow that. But we try to stay local in the sense that we source to a lot of the restaurants. We do a lot of our own blending, which we use local ingredients for that. Just when you're down the street from it, it's kind of just an obvious choice.